Welcome to the Growth Room. Today we're discussing parents who provided physically but were unavailable emotionally. The fees were paid, but somehow you still grew up feeling unseen.
And today's conversation is one that many people may not realize has shaped their adult lives. We're talking about the effect of emotionally unavailable parents on children when they grow up.
And trust me, this conversation is not about blaming parents. It's about understanding ourselves better.
Yeah. It is something many people carry but rarely talk about it. If you've ever struggled with people-pleasing, low self-esteem, fear of rejection, or difficulty expressing your feelings, this conversation may explain why.
Joining us is Amara, who has agreed to share her deeply personal story. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having me.
Let's start from the beginning. What was childhood like for you?
Honestly, from the outside, it looked normal. My parents were together, we had food, we went to school. Nobody would have looked at my family and thought anything was wrong. It felt lonely. Lonely? How? But emotionally, I felt invisible. I grew up in a very strict home. My father was always working. My mother was always busy. Nobody was wicked. Nobody hated me. But nobody really knew me either. I remember one day when I was about 7 years old. I had drawn a picture in School Thing in the World. I showed my mom. I ran home excitedly. I said, go and wash the plates. A lot of people may think that's not a big deal. Exactly. That's why emotional neglect is difficult to explain. It's not what happened, it's what never happened. Nobody beats me, nobody insulted me, nobody listened to me. I remember when I was 8 years old, some girls mocked my hair. I thought my mom would comfort me. Instead, she said, "Stop crying."
How did that affect school?
I became obsessed with being perfect. Not because I loved excellence. I wanted someone to notice me.
One day I came first in my class. I was so excited. I carried my result home like I had won an Olympic medal. My dad looked at it and said, "What happened to the remaining 5 marks?"
I scored 95.
This man was investigating the missing 5 marks. Funny now, painful then. Because all I heard was, "You're still not enough." What about friendships? I became everyone's unpaid therapist.
Why is that so relatable?
Because I learned that my value came from helping others. I listened to everybody, solved everybody's problems, checked on everyone. But nobody really knew when I was struggling.
Did you ever ask for help?
No, I didn't even know how. Growing up, my feelings were ignored. So I learned to ignore them too. Let's talk about relationships. This is where childhood came haunting. I was attracted to emotionally unavailable men. Every single time. Really? Of course, because that's what felt normal.
What was he like?
The kind of guy that would disappear for days, then come back and act like nothing happened. And you accepted it? Accepted? I defended him. I became his public relation officer. My friends would say, "This guy isn't treating you well." And I would become his lawyer. He's busy, he's stressed, his phone probably spoiled. Meanwhile, the man was on his status. The truth is, I was used to chasing affection. That's what childhood trained me to do. I confused emotional unavailability with love because love was always something I had to earn. How did it affect your work life? My first job almost destroyed me. I tied my self-worth to performance. I was constantly trying to prove that I deserved to exist. I didn't know my value outside performance. If people weren't praising me, I felt worthless. Not just that I deserved a job.
That sounds exhausting.
It was. I looked successful on the outside. Inside, I was tired, always chasing validation. What was your breaking point? I had a panic attack happen. Nothing major happened, caught up with me. I remember crying and asked myself, why am I working so hard just to feel loved?
How did healing begin?
Therapy, prayer, journaling, learning about emotional neglect, and most importantly, giving myself permission to feel. I stopped telling myself, "You're too sensitive." I started asking, "What are you feeling?" That changed my life. My therapist asked me one question.
What question?
"Amara, how did that make you feel?" I was almost 30 years old and didn't know how I felt because nobody had ever asked me before. If a parent is watching right now, what would you tell them? Your child needs more than food, more than school fees, more than a roof. They need connection. Please talk to your children. Listen to them, not only when they fail, not only when they're in trouble, not only when they need correction. Listen to their hearts. Please don't only provide for your children. Connect with their emotions. Listen to them, celebrate them, hug them, pet them, perk them, comfort them. One conversation can save years of healing. One hug can build confidence. One "I'm proud of you" can change a child's life. Children don't remember every meal you bought, but they remember how you made them feel.
And for adults carrying similar wounds?
You are not too emotional. You are not needy. Many of the struggles you face today began as survival strategies in childhood. The people-pleasing, the fear of rejection, the perfectionism, the difficulty trusting people. These things didn't appear from nowhere. You learned those things for a reason. But healing means learning new ways to live. Healing is possible. You are allowed to learn what nobody taught you. You are allowed to feel, and you are allowed to stop earning love. If today's conversation felt personal, know this. Some wounds don't leave scars on the skin. They leave scars on the heart. Some leave beliefs. And because nobody can see them, people often pretend they don't exist. But healing begins when we acknowledge and challenge those beliefs. Thank you, Amara, for sharing your story. Thank you for having me.
This conversation touched me deeply.
Thank you for joining us in the growth room. Remember, your childhood may explain your wounds, but it doesn't have to define your future. Keep growing.